So obviously this video is from way earlier in this year, but time got away from me. I never got around to creating the storm cleanup video. So here it is, the storm cleanup video from Winter Storm Landon of 2022. It is February 17th, and with all the warm weather and rain, we are having essentially flash flooding on our property. So let's see if I can show you. I'm sure it'll be like this in the morning, but like this is all driveway. That is just, I mean, this is moving fast. This is all of our driveway that's washed away at this point. I mean, the people before us put in pea gravel, so that's part of the issue there, but I mean, this doesn't normally have water. It's my car. Probably gonna move that here shortly. Going out towards the creek. That's the driveway. That's how much water is rushing through the driveway. This is the dog kennel and the amount of water that's coming up around it. There's a little like culvert because there's a stream back here that is usually always really dry or barely there because it's spring fed, and it would go under our driveway all the way to the creek, but it's so taxed right now. It's lower out there, or lower in there. But, oh my god.
Lift the light on so you can see.
Oh my golly. Ah, yikes. Well, I don't know if that dryer is going to be any good. What about the lawnmower? Oh. It is February 18th at 3 o'clock in the morning, and AEP is here because our service drop pole that's right behind our house snapped at the base last night. I'm assuming it had something to do with all the water, and it was just laying in the puddle. So they finally are here. They just shut off the power. They weren't even here 10 minutes, and not exactly the news I wanted, but apparently the poles that come from like the main line down to your house are your responsibility. So the only thing they did at 3 in the morning is turn the power off, which kind of sucks. I mean, it makes it safe because there's down power lines, there's puddles, so I mean it's safe now, but basically all he said was it's your responsibility to fix it. And we're like, well, how do we get it fixed? Who do we call? And he gave us someone local. We don't even have the ability to call right now, so we're gonna have to drive up the road to get some cell service to see if maybe we can get a hold of them now. I don't know. Maybe we'll wait a little bit until the sun comes up. It's really hard to tell what happened to the driveway with this dusting of snow that came last night, but basically like this should be way up here. That is all washed out. But I don't even think that's the worst of it. The worst of it is over here. Like this is washed out through here. I mean, we've got gravel right here. We've got gravel in the grass up here. But this massive hole in the driveway. I mean, it is not supposed to be that deep. That's all washed away. And this went down a ton from last night. I mean, you couldn't even see this old water conditioner that we're throwing out. It was completely submerged in water. But this is, can't really see. Let's try a light here. This is the basement. A lot less water in here now than there was last night, but thankfully everything that we had that was down here, I mean there were some curtains and stuff, but that can be washed. But we've got totes, but everything else was up on blocks. We don't really keep anything down here because the basement gets wet regularly, and like, but not this much. Like, it doesn't flood this much normal. So we've got our generator going. I'm gonna call that electric company once they open here in about 20 minutes. Have them come put in a new pole. So that'll be done hopefully soon today. And that'll be taken care of. The driveway, I don't know what we're gonna do. Mike is gonna take home some of the heavy machinery from his work. We've got like an excavator, we've got equipment with box blades on it, and hopefully do some fixing and regrading, but I'm not sure what we can do without bringing in new gravel. But we need to get that repaired. Here is the downed electric pole. It is off, so nothing on it's live right now, but it was leaning and bit the dust. I'm gonna go check on the pond. It's normally dry, and see how much it's calmed down since last night, because it was overflowing. This has calmed down some. It was all the way up the bank, like probably up to here last night. But this is pretty deep. This isn't nearly this full ever. It was so full, it was running over that down the hill. Needless to say, we've had a great 1-2 punch with weather this year. Winter Storm Landon took out our power for 4 days and took down several trees, which is okay because we're going to use them for firewood, so they aren't going to go to waste. And then this flash flood, I mean, that's what it was, because of the ice and the snow that quickly melted from Winter Storm Landon. And then it rained. I think they were calling for like 2 inches of rain. Rained nonstop yesterday. The electric company just arrived, or the electrician company just arrived with the new pole. They're gonna get that installed. I talked to the electric company, AEP, and they're the ones that actually recommended this company that we're using, and they said, oh yeah, they'll hook it up right, it'll be just fine. So that made me feel better. Cost estimated is $2,800 for the new pole and all of the fixtures on it. Like, they can just build a whole new pole, the box that the meter goes in and all of that jazz. So they're getting that installed. They just pulled in, they're getting their things on the bottom of their truck put down to support it. They've got a big auger on it, so I suppose they'll probably use that to dig the pole down in. But once that's on there, they're going to send out AEP to then reconnect all the lines. So hopefully we'll have power by dinner time.
Oh, Mama, you've seen us now.
I'm looking, Bubby. I'm in the other mirror. Well, I know they had to take the bush and cut it down to access it a little bit better, but apparently it was in the way completely, so they just go ahead and uprooted it, but that's okay. Not attached to it. They're digging out the bottom part of the pole to fix the electric that goes down to the house. Cleaning off the drill head there. New pole going in. It's definitely a lot sturdier than the one that was there, and as he called it, it was Jimmy rigged. AEP is here hooking up the power. They were really quick. Like, they were here within an hour of me calling and saying it was ready to be hooked back up. So he's getting that ran. He said 15-20 minutes and we've got power back. Thankfully, Mike has access to things like this mini excavator with a box blade, so he's out there right now trying to level it out the best that we can. It's turning up a lot of dirt. There's not really a lot of gravel left. So honestly, we're gonna have to probably have a couple of loads of gravel brought in just to make sure that it doesn't rinse away and it's not just a big muddy mess anytime that it gets wet out there.
when we're driving over it. So he's out there working on it right now. It's nice that it's got those lights because it's been a busy day. It's going to be a busy weekend, fixing all the issues that came because of all the thaw from Winter Storm Landon and the rain that came afterwards. Don't be scared, baby. This is our current situation right now. Mike's working on fixing the issues with the driveway. We've got AP here working on the pole. We've got these oversized boulders that he's relocating to help prevent washout in another area in case this happens again, which obviously hoping not to happen again, but he's taken that over to an area that's close to a culvert pipe that runs under the driveway to build up the area around it. Here's the old pole that was just poorly done. You can see where it snapped at. It's poorly done. Old security light that never worked. That's what it looked like. This is the new one. They even re-ran conduit down into the ground some that goes to the house. So they did a really nice job. Took them about 4 or 5 hours to finish the work before AP came out. AP took like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get it rehooked up. And they hooked up our internet for us too, so thankfully we were able to get that back up with the power, so that was pretty nice. A nice surprise we weren't expecting. We were expecting the internet company to come out today and take care of that, but he's moving this just out of the way so that we can chop it up and disassemble it and get rid of everything properly. But take a look at what was hanging out inside this security light. Gross. I mean, this thing was just, it was dead for. I think we were going. No closer. Watch, bub. Watch him, watch him, watch him.
breaking our old house.
Yeah, I had to come down, baby. That big tree on it made the house lean unsafely. Oh my goodness. Heads down. Watch, babies! Here comes the tree! Doing some storm cleanup after Winter Storm Landon. We're a couple weeks out. Mike was able to bring home this machinery. Really, we did it because of the flash flooding to fix the driveway, but while he's got it here for the weekend, we're gonna go ahead and utilize its muscles and clear some trees off the trail, regrade some of the trail, some things that we just don't have the ability to do without this type of machinery. So we've got my father-in-law here today helping us cleaning up the old house that we tore down the other day, and with some trail cleanup of the trees that have fallen down. So he's working the chainsaw, Mike's in the Yanmar. All right, so this is the back of the house. A bunch of logs that Mike cut up yesterday from a tree that fell during ice storm or Winter Storm Landon. We're going up our muddy trail. This is where that old house was that we tore down. Still obviously some cleanup that we need to do of remnant wood and metal and random trash that was around the house, but the chickens are all the way up here. I mean, there's the house, and I'm still not even to the chickens yet. So we've got 4, 5, 6 of our hens back here, and then our Bantam rooster, Charlie, right back there. So they really need to make their way back down. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can chase them down or something. I'm sure there's tons of bugs and stuff out here, and they're loving it. Go. No, go. And if you don't know why chickens do that, if you go to grab them, it's when they're sexually mature birds. They'll cower down when you come up to them. Let's go ahead and go. Let's get going. Literally, I get the meaning of bird brain now. Come on. Let's go. I've got 2 stragglers. Hopefully they'll follow behind. I don't even see where Charlie disappeared to. But birds are an investment. When we bought our chicks last year, I think we spent over, probably easily $140 is what we spent on them, plus the shipping. Shipping was like $50. It's a fairly nice day. We're still finishing up storm cleanup, so we've got a lot of brush here that we'll use for kindling wood in the future. This is just from one of the cedars that fell. That's how much wood we got. Obviously, we still need to split it to allow it to season, but we wanted to just get it out of the way because it was in the way of the trail right now. Little man's over here grilling on the grill, and then the littlest one, she's getting over a sickness. She was pretty sick this weekend, so she snuggled up with a blanket and some gloves and is taking a little early morning nap. What's next? What do we gotta do next?
Moving firewood from the other side of the house here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a running house.
That was from last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it a walnut that we cut down?
Black walnut.
And then we gotta finish cleaning up junk from the house that you tore down.
Yeah.
I say we like I did anything. I supervised. Does that count?
Yeah, it counts. I did the most on the job.
I did the most on the job. So we'll clean that up, and who knows what else we'll get to.
At this point, Michael is driving it all by himself. Like, Daddy's not helping at all. That's all little man. Still, Mike is not helping at all. I'm helping for a second to dump that, but still, all Michael right now. All Michael. And Mike's helping him do the digging part. So easy a 6-year-old can do it.
This is one of the full-size, well, I wouldn't say full-size because it's still really young, but you can see the root ball up there. That's going to be coming by us soon. A little bit of the old house getting trailed along with it, but it's hooked up to the Yanmar by a chain and getting pulled out of the wood so that when we cut it up, it's right there and we can usually stack it up for firewood. Pine's not our favorite indoor firewood, but we don't have an indoor fireplace right now, so it's okay. We're gonna use it for our outdoor fire pit. This was blocking the trail back there. It fell over with Winter Storm Landon. It was blocking the trail. We couldn't even get up it. So obviously now it's nice and clear.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe.